YouTube viewers, essentially like a conclude production, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. Now, and finally, this podcast will change on adult language if you're under 18. And also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording, so not to cause any audio feedback. So, with that and everything else out the way, let's get into today's episode of Lipton Sentai versus Patranger. So anyway, the episode starts off. We see the Patrangers on the movie set filming a movie. Turns out that Commissioner Hilltops forced them to do this movie because since because of the Lupinranger. So basically, a lot of people really relate to Lupinranger. So basically, it'd be good PR for the Patrangers as well. So anyway, it seemed like the only one who seemed decided doing this movie was Pat the Green. Pat the Red and Pat the Pink was not very happy to do doing this movie. And because of the weird goofy director. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the Lupinrangers, first of all, Lupinranger had got some information from the Chicago about their next target. So the next Lupin idol and the next target. They're saying that the Gangrich monster who has the next Lupin idol is at the studio where the Patrangers are filming their movie ads. So basically, the Gangrich monster who has the item that who has the next Lipton item is at the movie studio where the Patrangers are filming the movie. So anyway, back at the movie studio, the Patrangers were even though Pat the Red and Pat the Pink were not happy to do this movie, but they were given along with but they were still getting it all just like Lipton Green is. So basically, during the take, the director was talking. Cotton started to talk to Pat the Green. He said that you can use some sex appeal. Once the director said that, all of a sudden, Pat the Green transformed into a woman. So basically, the rest of the Patrangers and the crew and director was kind of shocked. So basically, Pat the Green actually touched his crotch when he transformed into a girl. After Pat the Green transformed into a girl, he actually touched his crotch. He said, "Oh, it's gone." What is it? He touched it. First he touched his boobs. Like, wait a minute. I have these. And he touched his crotch and said, "It's gone." So basically, everybody in the studio was freaked out, but as the director, he was like, "Oh," like he was very happy that Pat the Green transformed to a woman right in front of his eyes. So basically, and the projector started to hit on Pat the Green. Once he transformed into a woman. So basically, Pat the Pink, Pat the Red figured there must be a Gangrich monster in this behind changing Pat the Green's gender. So basically, So basically they was like, we need to shut this movie down and find the Skinwich monster. But Pastor Green said if we do that, after coming back to makeup, the makeup artist putting in some girl clothes, like Pastor Green said, if we do that, the monster will probably run off and run away, and I'd be stuck as a girl. So basically, it's best to keep on doing the movie, and we can find out who's the monster, who's the Gangless monster who changed my gender. So basically, Pastor Pink and Pastor Red agree with Pastor Green, and they continue filming the movie with Patrick Green being a girl, even though they were kind of weird out, and the director was still hitting on Patrick Green, So anyway, the Lupinranger just showed up at the studio, and they was watching the Patranger filming the movie, and they noticed that Patrick Green was a woman now. So basically, in the scene that the Patranger was filming, Patrick Green was getting way too close, way too flirty with Pastor Red, and Pastor Red was kind of freaked out. So basically, the listener just couldn't help but laugh. So basically, the news crew the film crew started the listeners up in the heard the Lupinrangers, and they spotted them. So basically, the Patrangers followed the Lupinrangers outside, and they started to fight. So basically, before they did, the Patrangers forced the film crew back inside the studio before they stopped fighting. So basically, the Patrangers and the Lupinrangers morphed up. So basically, when Patrick Green morphed up, he had a skirt. He had a skirt just like Pato Pink. So basically, the Lupinrangers looked like was like the Lupinrangers were still laughing their ass off with laughing at the fact that Patrick Green is a chick. So anyway, that's when the Gangless monster named Pitchcock. That's the name of the Gangless monster who changed Patrick Green's gender. Changed Patrick Green into a woman. Showed up. Turns out that is his power. That is his power. No, he didn't get that. That's his special ability. So basically that's his special power. That is his own power. So basically during the fight he turned Pato into a woman and Pato Pink into a man. So basically first thing that when Pato Pink transformed into man, she grabbed her chest and she's like, oh my God, they're gone. And she got her clock to say, I got one of these now. So basically, I am not bullshitting you. When Pato Pink got transformed into a man by the Gangless monster Pitchcock, the first thing she did was grab her chest and say, "Oh, they're gone." Then the second thing the second thing she did was her crotch, and say, "I have one of these now." So basically, and Pastor Red was upset that he was transformed into women. So anyway, turns out that the item that Pittsburgh has the ability to trick to make the ground into a slippery surface. So basically, he used the power of that lifting item to get away from the Patrangers and the lifting rangers. So basically, when Pitch got away from the Patrangers and lifting rangers, that's when the lifting rangers started to retreat for now. So anyway, the film crew came, so basically the director and his whole film crew came outside, and the director still was amazed, was not freaked out that Panther Red is now a woman and Panther Pink is now a man. So basically, he said this will make my film even better. So anyway, after a quick wardrobe change, the Patranger just figured that maybe it's the director. They think that Pittsburgh might be the director. So basically, figured Pittsburgh Chicken Phone might be the director. So basically, so they went on. They continued filming the movie, others to be directed as the Gangwitch monster, named Pittsburgh. So anyway, that's been. So basically, while they were still in the movie, that's when the Gangwitch foot soldiers showed up, and it turns out the whole film. That's when the whole film crew transformed into the Gangwitch foot soldiers. Turns out the Gangwitch foot soldiers was disguised as the director's film crew this whole time. But the director didn't transform. So basically, that's when the Lifting Rangers showed up, and the Patrangers, together the Patrangers and the Lifting Rangers morphed up. It's like, we started to point the guns at the director, tell him, we know that you're the Gangwitch monster Pittsburgh. And the director said, I ain't no Gangwitch monster. So basically, that's what Patranger say. I think I know who's Pittsburgh even formed. It's the camera guy. So basically, the camera guy was still filming. It turns out the camera guy was the Gangwitch monster Pitchcock's human form. So basically, Pitchcock. So basically, Pitchcock and the other Lifting Rangers and the Pitchcock and the others was how did you figure out that Pitchcock was the camera guy? And Patrick Green said the woman's intuition. So basically, that really freaked out the Patrangers and the other Patrangers and the Lifting Rangers. So basically, after some clever maneuvers from the Lifting Rangers managed to get the lifted item from Pitchcock's body shape, so basically after some clever maneuvers by the Lifting Rangers managed to get the listed item from the Gangwitch monster Pitchcock's body shape. So basically, and also the Patrangers managed to. So basically, the Lifting Rangers also managed to turn to trick Pitchfork to turning the Patrangers back into their right genders. To get so basically, the Patrangers used the power of the biker trigger machine along with the other trigger machine to destroy Pitchfork. So basically, that's when the boss of the gang is going to tell Goss to go make Pitchcock growl again, to make Pitchcock growl. So basically, Goss revive Pitchcock and made him growl. So basically, the Good Striker showed up, and the Lupinrangers used the Good Striker to form the Lifting Kaiser Megazord, and used the Scissor Direfire Zord to take him down. So basically, during the fight, Pitchcock used his gender powers to transform the sword part of the Direfire. The sword part of the Direfire into a hammer. So basically, the Lupinrangers and the Good Striker was like, wait a minute. So does that mean that the Direfire Zord and the trigger machine Zords have genders too? So basically, with the new change scissor sword, the new change, so with the new change scissor sword, the sword part being turned into a hammer, they use it to destroy Pitchcock once and for all. So anyway, the Patrangers were glad that they're back to their normal genders. So basically, but the director say, I had these amazing footage. I will send you guys but I still need some more footage from you guys in order to finish this movie. So basically, so basically, Pastor Red and Pastor Pink was like, oh no, didn't want to finish the movie, but Pastor Green managed to talk her into finishing the movie. So basically, later that day, Jen Carter, the Helper Robot, and Commissioner Hilltop saw the movie, the director's cut of the movie, and they didn't really like it at all. So basically, but didn't like the cut of the movie at all. So didn't Patrick Red and Patrick Pink. But the only one who did like the movie was Patrick Green. So basically, this movie was a good experience for us as a team. So anyway, so this is how the episode ended, with Patrick Green enjoying the movie that they made as a team. So anyway, this episode was kind of funny. It was very funny. They really very Family Guy-ish. So basically, it's like I felt like I was watching an episode of Family Guy. So basically, this episode came out like a gender episode of Family Guy, in a way. So anyway, this episode was very good, and it was a Family Guy episode. So anyway, this episode was good. So anyway, like always, I'd like to know what you guys think about this episode. Was it good or was it bad? Please let me know in the comments below. So anyway, this is Michael signing off. 1,